Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back
Enter the mind of a High One? I hope you're joking.
to Enderal. Okay. Anyways, we're picking back up where we left off.
This was their last stand. They are afraid of us. I feel it.
Okay, well we're picking back up where we left off, and we're about to go into this portal. And we're trying to find Tealor, of course.
You've killed us! You've killed us all! You have just shown me the solution.
Okay. Where in the world are we? This doesn't look like Ark at all. This is like a starling place or something. Like in the mountains. We've actually teleported to Skyrim. And then we're gonna get captured going over the border. Wouldn't that be crazy? Like we need to get... Whoa! What is this place? What have we found? Watch, we're gonna become the High One, aren't we? Like the Prophet? What if the Prophet becomes the High One?
No, this is impossible.
What the... Who are you? What is this place?
Why are you here? Be gone, Phantom. Be gone and leave me to my slumber.
Phantom, what in blazes are you talking about? What's the meaning of this?
Then this isn't a dream. You really are here.
There's something right there.
Why? The Prophet dies when the Emperor leaves him. This is the course of the game. It has always been so. Explain yourself. How did you find this place? And why do you still exist?
See, it looks like somebody or something is in that right there. The veiled woman, she healed me and opened a portal.
Her? But why? She does not have a mind. She does not have feelings. So why should she do this? But still you speak the truth. I can feel it. Then could it really be that the unlikeliest of all eventualities has become reality and brought you here?
The unlikeliest of all eventualities. Are you saying that me being here is coincidence?
Coincidence or caprice, I do not know. The veiled woman cannot be understood.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Who are you? What are you?
I am sorry. It's been too long since I've spoken to anyone. I have had many names. The Akarians called me the God of Death. The Moonskin people, the Warden of Dreams. The Pyreans, the Demon of the Deep. For your people I am, or was, the Black Guardian. Pompous names, I know. However, I am none of these, neither god nor demon. I am only an eye, condemned to observe again and again.
You know the Pyreans. By the gods, how old are you?
As you measure time, older than your most daring chronicles go back, by far. I have seen them all, since our people fell. Every civilization, Every cleansing, every turn of the cycle.
Then you somehow survived the cleansing of your civilization. Are you one of the ancient starlings?
What? No. The Starlings came long after me. I was only a fool who wanted to save his own skin at any cost. I knew the cleansing would come. I had known it long before the Red Madness and the war started. But I also knew that fighting it as my people did, and as most do, was pointless. So I looked for another way to prevail. And I found it. What you see here is the result. The Goliath. As I like to call it back then.
The Goliath, what exactly is that?
What is it? My self-dug grave. What it was meant to be was a body of steel. An immortal machine with which I planned to merge my consciousness.
Like that one guy did.
Only organic life could be reaped by the High Ones. And I thought that by becoming a machine, I could fool them. By the name of the sun, how brilliant I thought myself. I wanted to become a god, laughing in the face of time. But let me spare you my self-pity. What happened, happened.
So you plan to outlive your own people. To what point, living in a dead world?
No. Joining the Goliath meant immortality. All I had to do was sleep and awaken once more when the cycle started again, and new life came forth. Except that this new life would not have been defenseless. I would have been a true god to them, one capable of protecting them from the High Ones. No imaginary figure like the Creator. No false gods like the Lightborn were, to speak in your language.
But your plan did not work. You built this machine, became it, and survived the cleansing.
As the only one of my people, yes. But it happened faster than it should have. And when the cleansing occurred, the Goliath was not yet finished. And as the Emperor unleashed the light, I had no choice but to complete the joining too early.
So
Fatal
Aranthiel
as it turned out.
is the one that does the cleansing.
I did
Sounds like-
survive, yes. But I am trapped inside this unfinished machine. And ever since then, all I can do is watch. Again and again.
Yeah, so the Emperor released the cleansing. It's Aranthiel. He's going to activate the beacon, and that's what's going to cause the cleansing. It has nothing to do with the High Ones, it doesn't sound like. So what do you mean you can only watch? We are thousands of leagues into the deep here, aren't we? Or to be clear, you have been here since the High Ones devoured your people. Or we haven't lost yet. Whether the High Ones triumph or not depends on what happens after Aranthiel has blown up the beacon. Yeah. So what do you mean you can only watch? I think Aranthiel is the one that's going to cause the cleansing.
Yes. But a part of the Goliath is the eye. It allows me to see what happens on the surface everywhere. Not as literal as you imagine, of course. I see schemes, feel emotions, similar to your gift, to the Echo. But they are enough to understand.
To be clear, you've been here since the High Ones devoured your people?
Yes. It was not how I planned it. The Goliath in its final form was meant to be divine. A synthesis of man and steel. But I overestimated myself. And I acted too quickly, driven by fear.
So we haven't lost yet. Whether the High Ones triumph or not depends on what happens after Aranthiel has blown up the beacon.
No, you do not understand. You are stumbling through the fog. even now that it is almost over. By themselves, the High Ones are not the problem. If we would just see them as they really are, they would become powerless.
Powerless?
Yes. It is hard to put into words.
People's fear is what it is.
I myself do not know everything about the High Ones. Only that they are part of something we call the cycle. A civilization arises and blossoms, and then, always at the same stage of their development, the High Ones appear, and with them, the Red Madness. People start losing their minds, wars erupt, and chaos rules. Until 2 or 3 years later, the cleansing happens. The moment when the High Ones devour the collective consciousness, the gathered minds of this civilization, to give birth to a new one of their own. Despite all of this, nobody knows what drives them. Perhaps they act out of malice, out of an urge to survive, or perhaps they do not even have a will of their own, but are like a force of nature. But I do know one thing. As powerful as they might be, it is mankind who gives them that power. We make them into what they are. Because what nobody understands is simply this. The High Ones feed on what humanity has the most of. Their ego, greed, pride, fear, and their everlasting search for an enemy who was responsible for all their misery. It is those traits the High Ones make use of. These characteristics are what make us human. And by themselves, they are harmless. Only when we bury them, when we deny them, then they play into the High One's hands. So why is this, you ask? It is simple. The High Ones alone cannot make the cleansing happen. Only a human can. With the beacon. My knowledge about it is as limited as my knowledge about the cycle. It has existed since the beginning of time. And despite what you might now believe, the ancient writings about it are true. Lit by the ones who carry the Numenos, it can banish the High Ones once and for all. But it can also destroy us. Because what happens when it is lit without a core is far more than an explosion. It is the cleansing, the triumph of the High Ones. And even as we speak, a human, Tealor Orinthiol, has done it again. A bright light will appear from the heart of the machine and open a hole in the sky. And within hours, it will spread throughout the world, and they will all feel it. A fire that burns them from within. A white light which will break through their flesh. Do you understand now? The High Ones have no power. All they do is to feed on our weaknesses, manipulate us into bringing about our own destruction. It is we who forge the sword that kills us. We who lead them to their victory. Even though the key to salvation has always been in our hands. But instead of realizing our folly, we make the same mistake. We repeat the same fate over and over. And only because we refuse to see the truth. Yes, the High Ones are our enemy. But who wants to hear that it is our ego, that dark voice within us, that empowers them? It is so ironic. The moment we would realize all this would be the moment it all came to an end. But we do not.
I think Teal'c needs to die now.
They reap, we sow. Dreams, thoughts, visions, they are everywhere, but the principle is always the same. They throw a tainted seed into a fertile ground. The rest happens by itself.
More. So what you're saying is that without our assistance, the High Ones would be powerless, that the cleansing would never happen.
Just think for a moment. When did the High Ones ever do anything other than manipulate you? Did they ever physically influence any events? They incited the Naramis to march against you, and time and again confirmed the righteousness of both your causes. All they told you, all they showed you, was what you wanted to hear, and what you wanted to see. And yes, if you, Teal'c Enderal, his order, and the Naramis had never acted, the cleansing would never have happened.
What, and there really is no reason for all of this? I can't believe that.
Maybe there is, but if so, I do not know it. But the more turns of the cycle I witness, the more I get the impression that it is some kind of trial. A cosmic game, woven by powers we have not even come close to comprehending. Maybe this is just wishful thinking, to give all this pain a meaning, when it does not have one. Maybe the High Ones are simply a law of nature, a concept, and we give birth to them by believing there is such a thing as an ultimate external enemy in the first place. The eternal struggle with ourselves. Perhaps that is just part of what it means to exist.
Okay, let's return. And that means Aranthiel just initiated the cleansing. He assigned the death warrant for all of humanity.
Like 1,000 others before him, the High Ones knew exactly what they had to do to get him to commit this last act of desperation. They played him with his weaknesses and fears, like a figure on a chessboard. And the saddest part is that until the very end, he will believe that he has done something good.
Because he wouldn't accept failure, no matter the price.
That was his greatest fear, yes. To be remembered as a failure, a broken man. That was the stream the High Ones manipulated him from the moment he died, after attempting to flee from his prison on Nehrim.
From the moment he died? What do you mean?
The real Aranthiel. He is dead, Prophet. He is a fleshless one of the mightiest tools of the High Ones. Just as you are.
I am dead? Then what is this, an illusion?
I wish it were.
I died that
The
day,
methods of how
then.
the High Ones influence us are plentiful, and the red madness and their ability to enter our dreams are not their only means. Their mightiest tool is the creation of projections, fleshless ones, or emissaries, as they are also called. If a person dies, and if this person has one last unfulfilled wish, a compulsion, then the High Ones have the power to create a projection of him. An immaterial image of the deceased, which thinks itself real and is perceived as such. What no one notices, not even the projection itself, are two things. Firstly, it is driven by this last unfulfilled desire. Secondly, it becomes an idealized version of its former self, almost tailor-made to free itself from the last compulsion, that ultimate scourge. The daughters of fishermen become warriors. Broken generals become charismatic and driven leaders who seem almost too determined to be real. You are one of these projections, as are all of the emissaries. You are a fleshless one, a spirit searching for liberation from something. I do not know your past before you came to this land, because before you became the prophet, you were insignificant. But what happened to you and your friend on that ship? You never survived it. You drowned in the Red Sea, and in that very moment, the High Ones entered your mind and made you into what you are today. And other than myself, the High Ones knew your compulsion, knew the desire that drove you. Whatever it was, it made you predictable, and it allowed them to play you, just as they played Arinthiel and Korak. Do you see it now? Every dream the High Ones sent you, every time they appeared to you, they all had but a single purpose: to feed your self-image, to push you in a certain direction. They wanted you to play the game for their purposes, and they succeeded. You read the echo of the future, as other prophets did before you. You helped Arinthiel reconstruct the beacon, and led him to the Numinos. When he saw that it would be taken away from him at the very last instant, his fear of failure led him into doing what he did.
Wow. And this means I'm responsible. I caused the cleansing.
You are not to blame, Prophet. You did what countless others did before you. And you did it because you thought it was the right thing to do. Only one thing is different. In all the time I have been here, never before did a projection realize its own nature. You were meant to dissolve like the rest of mankind. Yet, here you stand, and I tell you the truth. This was never meant to happen.
Oh. Well, this... God, this is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So I'm just dead. So when we found that body of me, that was... I guess maybe my real body, or just... I don't know. Or a projection? I have no clue. If it was my body, I was still in really good shape. I've washed up from the water like that, but... Alright, but then that means that the beacon was a trap set by the High Ones from the very beginning.
No, it is as I said. For as long as this cycle has existed, so has the beacon. It is an element of the game, and it has the power to end it, whether in favor of the High Ones, or in favor of mankind. Yet for as long as I have been trapped here, the latter has never happened.
So the High Ones wanted us to reconstruct the beacon. They made me do it.
They gave you impulses, nudges in the right direction. Those who know a person's past know which strings to pull.
What about the ancient starlings? They managed to flee the cycle, didn't they? How?
The starlings, in their time, were called the Yalam Rache. And yes, they manipulated the game in their favor. Their goals were similar to mine when I created the Goliath. They were a small circle of highly intelligent craftsmen and mages. And just like myself, they did not think the cycle could be won by the beacon alone. So by unknown means, they fled into the sky and created something protected their city from the cleansing.
But what happened to them? Are they really the ancestors of our starlings?
Yes, but knowledge about their history is sparse, since the Star City was almost beyond the reach of my eye. But I know that its first centuries were glorious. The Yalam Rashe lived in harmony, and their society was the pinnacle of all that mankind could be. With time, however, their population grew. They became too numerous for their small city, and so they invented their golden rules, which were supposed to control their growth. Having children was regulated now, and those who were found guilty of a crime were punished heavily. The worst sentence was being exiled. The convicted were robbed of their memories and sent back to Earth. This is where the starlings of your world come from, do you see? And this is why they all feel this longing to return to a far distant place in the stars. It is an ancestral memory.
That explains a lot, but what happened to them? Why was their city deserted?
I do not know. As I said, my knowledge about the starlings was always limited. All I do know is that one day they were gone. I could not feel them anymore. By that time, their society had become but a shadow of what it once was. But whether they destroyed themselves or left for someplace else, I will never find out.
Gosh. Okay. Like, all these, like, just major things are, like, saved till right at the end. And it's like, oh, by the way, here's all the stuff. This is ridiculous. Have you ever listened to yourself?
Oh, believe me, I have. I've done nothing else for a very, very long time. But it is true, whether you want to believe it or not. In time, you would have noticed it. The wrinkles in your skin would not have become any deeper, nor your hair any whiter. And if the cleansing were to be stopped, you would continue to exist forever. What reason would I have to lie to you?
Maybe there is a reason for all of this. Maybe we can still stop the cleansing.
Oh, stop it. No, it is too late for that. By the name of the sun, it is so ironic that the veiled woman did not lead you here earlier. It is over, Prophet. You are strong, but regardless of how long your power can protect you from the light of the cleansing, eventually you will dissolve too. Even if... Wait. No. Maybe. Maybe you are right. Maybe there is a way.
Which way? What way?
No. It would be pointless.
Well, it would be pointless. Why?
Forgive me, I have to think. Yes, there could be a way. What I told you is true. Here on Earth, you would not survive the cleansing. But there is one place where you could. The Star City. I know that you brought something back from your journey there. The escape pods. And I know that they can also take you back there, for I have seen the Yalam Rashe, the ancient starlings, do so. Whatever has protected the city over all these millennia, it would protect you too. Yes, you could survive it. By the face of time, you could.
You want me to flee, but to what end? That wouldn't stop the cleansing.
No, it would not. But that is irrelevant. You are fleshless, a projection. And just like me, time cannot touch you. age cannot kill you, and thus you could succeed where I have failed. You could wait for the cleansing to be over, and then create a new humanity.
Do what?
Create a new humanity. It is only a matter of time until the new turn of the cycle starts. New life will come forth. First, simple life, then human. And just like the civilizations before them, they will also fall victim to the High Ones, because they will have the same weaknesses as we do. But not with your help. You could be a god to them. You could guide their ascent. You could shape a mankind free of egos and weaknesses. And by doing so, you would deprive the High Ones of their power. Just imagine, in this new world, there would be no need for a beacon, because the High Ones simply would not have any strings to pull on. Mankind will defeat them by becoming superior.
Let's see. I'm game for it. It makes sense to me, you know? What exactly makes you believe I would survive in the Star City? Those machines there tried to kill us.
Yes, because that old starling did harm to the city by trying to destroy a crystal. That awoke the Guardians. But they are asleep now. I can feel it. You would be safe. Believe me.
So that would mean leaving mankind to die.
No, they are already dead, damn it. Arinthiel has lit the beacon. And unlike anything else you could do right now, this would be a chance for permanent change. By the face of time, do not let all of this become meaningless. Every second you waste doubting lessens your chance to get to safety.
A mankind without ego, what is that supposed to mean?
The High Ones reap, we sow. It is our weakness that make the High Ones strong. Our ongoing fragility. And if not for that, the High Ones would be powerless. You could be the one to create a humanity like that. Altruism instead of greed. Self-responsibility instead of the continuous search for an enemy. Awareness instead of blindness.
What makes you believe I could do that? The Lightborn tried to do the same thing and they failed.
The Lightborn tried to force their ideals onto an already rotten people. Just like the Pyrean Sun Priest and the countless false deities before them. You cannot save a tree whose roots have already withered. But with you as a deity to lead this new mankind, it would be entirely different. You could completely change what it means to be human. And would it not be presumptuous to rob the world of this chance? Simply because you are afraid of failing? Believe me, I would give a lot for this chance.
Let's go back. Now, there's two different options here. I don't like this, but maybe you're right. Maybe a new beginning could make things turn out differently. Or no, this is wrong. I can't let all those people die. There has to be another way. You hinted at something. God, what? This is a tough choice. This is actually a very, very tough choice. Because on one hand, I just let everybody die and I go off to space and then make my new world in my image kind of thing. But on the other hand, I could try to maybe save the people that are here. The only thing is, like, honestly, at this point, I think just starting fresh would be the best option, because you have this like culture, especially Enderal. I mean, I know the other places are different, but especially in Enderal, you have this culture where the poor is just dumped in the Undercity. You have the wealthy people up above them, you know, and then you have these paths. That's what kills me, I think, the most, is they have these paths. Like, oh, you were born into this path? Well, that's all you can do. Sorry, no, like, no choices. We're going to go for a new beginning. Because I just don't... I think... That way we have time to shape, you know, the next, I guess the next generation, not really generation, but, you know, the next cycle of people. In this world, I think, is just too corrupt, so they can have it.
It means a lot to me to hear you say that. What is important now is that we act quickly. The cleansing is already happening, and you will not have much time left to flee. You must go through the portal and then back to the temple. Then you have to activate the pods, and the rest will happen automatically. When all this is over, I will try to reach out to you.
Maybe we can come back and get him. Because he's my buddy. One more thing. You said that you could see what happens in the world. What about Kalia? Is she really... Is she dead?
She is. I'm sorry. But this is one more reason why you have to do the right thing. Please, make her death matter.
That was the only thing, like, holding me back. But I was thinking, well, there's 3 drop ships. I could take 2 other people with me. Maybe Kalia can come, but... Of course, she died. I just keep getting old. Like, I would just keep on living, so... I guess. But I don't know, because I thought... all the pawns of the high ones, but I don't think Kalia is the same as me by any stretch of the imagination. Or Tia Lore. Good, then this is it. I'll try to get back to the temple.
Yes, and hurry. You will feel the light as soon as you are back on the surface. And given time, it will consume you. But you will succeed. I feel it. There is one more thing I need to ask of you, however. One final request. I want you to shut me down.
Well, you just said you were going to contact me when the cleansing was over. Shut you down, you mean kill you?
Yes. I want to finally rest. Please do not try to convince me to do otherwise. All that. I do not want to be a part of it any longer. I have not wanted to for a long, long time. Please, do it. The switch is in front of you. That was how I connected myself to the Goliath. It will cut the connection as well. Do it, and then go. Go and fulfill your fate.
But I thought we were going to be friends, and I was going to come back and get you. Goodbye, buddy.
Thank you. Forgive me. The two of us will now exchange places. I am sorry for the deception. And if there were another way, I would not do this. Even though you made the right choice, you are too naive to become a true god. What do you know? What have you seen? You are but a toddler in the face of time. I, however, know mankind better than anyone else, and I deserve it. Once this is all over, I will send someone to free you from the Goliath. But until then...
Over here, Sa'ira, quickly!
It's Kalia! You lying! Ah! Ah! Kalia's alive! Okay, what are we doing?
By the name of the sun, are you alright? I was so worried when...
Miserable fool! I would have kept my word, but If you want to play games, fine! I have had enough time to practice!
What's this box do? Hey, there's flesh constructs. No you don't. No you don't.
That doesn't look good. Get away from the runes.
Have you seen? What have you achieved?
What is that mended sword?
This.
Those runes? Watch out, there's a creeper coming.
Now, attack the generators.
Okay, what generators? These things? These things. Aha! Maybe Kali and I are going into space.
What are you doing? You'll get yourself killed. We need to deal with these things first.
Hey, deal with my choices.
Away from the machine now.
Okay. Oh, they shock me whenever... Okay, are you stuck back there,
The
Kali?
shields are down. The generators now.
I'm on it. So it looks like we only attack them at like certain times. There we go. No. No, you don't.
Away from the machine now.
Okay, I'm away. Okay,
Now, attack the generators.
I'm on it. As an archer, this is like... Oops. Tell you what, I wonder if I can use like Eye of the Storm. You die.
What are you doing? You'll get yourself killed.
Well-
We need to deal with these things first.
Can't help it.
Away from the machine now.
Okay. Ow! I'm terrible at listening to your directions. You don't tell me what to do. I'm my own man.
The shields are down. The generators now.
Yes, I'm on it. Tomorrow I'm gonna be a god. No. You.
The shields are down. The generators now.
Okay, I'm on it. Leave it up to me. That one is the one. Okay,
The shields are down. The generators now.
I'm on it. I'll take it. Come on. Shoot. So it seems like he has to like drop
The shields are down.
the shields
generators
to
now.
summon more goblin guys. Eye of the Storm seems to be bad because it doesn't actually stop like the timing on this stuff. Okay.
Now, attack the generators.
All right. No, you don't.
The shields are down. The generators now.
I'm on it. Okay.
No! No! What have you done?
You're dead.
I suppose the explanations will have to wait.
Well, he did ask me to shut him down, right? And I shut him down now. I will tell you on the way back as best as I can, but right now we need to head back to the temple. The cleansing, it's happening right now.
I had a feeling that might be the case. Go on ahead. I will follow.
Let's go get Jaspar. All three of us, we're going to go into space and we're going to hang out for a while. And then we're going to make lots of babies and then come back to Earth. One of these days.
I had assumed as much. Yuslan and he didn't even try to help me after that dragon attacked us. I was lucky to find another way in. Otherwise I would never have found you. And you are...
What is it?
My head, it feels as if it's on fire.
It's the beacon. Let's go.
This must be the cleansing. If this is how it feels down here, then fate have mercy on those who are on the surface. Don't you feel anything?
No, faintly it's dull somehow.
Then the Black Guardian was right, wasn't he? What you are, your fleshlessness, it protects you. Kirash, I just don't understand. You are here, standing right before me, and I can see you. How is that possible? Could you really be an illusion?
I don't know, but it's the truth. It all makes sense now that the aged man said about me and my corpse in the living temple.
I suppose so. So, what now? Your decision, is it final?
What other things? I don't know. What would you do?
What would I do? I don't know, Saira. Just thinking about a question like this is so bizarre. But if I were in your position, I don't think I could just flee. I mean, look at it however you want, but the fact is that there would be a chance to save at least some of these people by destroying the beacon. Not taking that opportunity would be sentencing millions to death. But that's my rational half.
I thought you were dead.
You can imagine what the other voice says. I don't want to lose you.
Do you think you could make it out of the blast radius if I destroy the beacon to tell the others the truth about the cycle?
I don't know. But there is a secret passage into the south quarter. If I can reach the Myriad there, I might be able to flee to one of the islands. I think I can make it. Somehow.
Okay. The Black Guardian was right. We have to flee. Even if we're able to save the ones who are not already dead, they would only repeat our fate. I just cannot leave mankind to die. I have to stop the cleansing, even if it means my own death. The survivors will stop the High Ones. Why they gotta give me hard decisions like this? Does Skyrim want to be a god? Or try to save some people? Okay, I actually took like a 15-minute break just to think about the answer to this question. And I wouldn't be good in a situation like this. Like, it's time-sensitive stuff, and I'm like, well, let me think about this for a little bit. I'm going to try to save mankind. I'm going to try. And the only reason at this point is because Kali is still alive. And hopefully she can do something about the cleansing, because I really don't see myself surviving that blast. It's going to annihilate me, I'm pretty sure. It's pretty much just signing off on my, on my death. But we're going to try to save Kalia.
They have to. Then I should leave this place before it is too late. This burning, it's getting worse by the minute. Kira is close enough to reach it by Myriad. Maybe the Golden Queen will listen to me. Then the rest is up to them. Things would have been different without you, Saira. I will not forget you.
I'm sorry for all of this.
You do what you have to.
Ba-da-bum. It's really kind of depressing. Like, she's the only reason that I'm gonna try and fight this. Catharsis. Teleport into the Sun Temple and destroy the beacon. Oh, do I need to maybe just pop a scroll? Sun Temple? This one? Here we go! My hands are like all covered in blood and stuff. Oh, I'm like a mess right now. But hopefully they'll listen to her. If it wasn't for Kali, I would just be like, okay, they can just die. But I'll give my life to try to save her. The stones, I have to destroy the stones. Oh my gosh. There's Samael. Archmagister. That person was possessed. Jaspar?
You. I thought you were dead.
What happened here?
The beacon. The Nermese. They tried to storm the temple, as the Grand Master said they would. We tried to stop them, but there were just too many of them. Arenthiel, he came back just when we thought it was too late.
What did he say?
That Sakarish, Yuslan, and you... He said that the High Ones got you. But that he had the Numinos with him, and that he would save us all.
He lit it?
Yes. Just then the Nermese broke through the gate. But it all happened so quickly. There was this flash, and suddenly this rift in the sky. The light, it burns us. Can't you feel it?
I'm different. It's hard to explain. Or I do, but only faintly. I don't know why. Let's say I'm different. It's hard to explain.
Tell me one thing about you which isn't. But I suppose it doesn't matter anymore, does it? I don't have much longer. I can feel it. Tell me, my friend. Why? Was the beacon a trap? From the very beginning? I thought it would save us.
It could have, but we never found the Numinos, Jaspar. Shalrim destroyed it, Aranthiel lit the beacon without it, and this is what triggered the cleansing.
What? But... you're here. That must mean something, right? You can stop it. You have to.
I can and I will, yes. It's too late for that now, but there's still hope. I'll say I can and I will, yes.
Yes. Of course you will. It's what you do. It's strange, isn't it? The way life sometimes goes. Here I am, Jaspar Delveric, the man who for once in his life wanted to be part of something good. Man, some great hero I am. But you know what? I don't regret it.
Jaspar Rieger nicked. I don't know what that means, but maybe he doesn't respond. Korak was actually on the field. But no, look at this. Like their bodies. God. Okay, well here we go. So where's Aranthiel though? That's my question.
Is that you? I did it.
This is your doing. You caused the cleansing.
What? No. No, you're wrong, darling. I saved them. Don't you see? I led them to the light. I... alone.
You crazy. Crazy you! Okay, so what do I... Stop it! Stop this beacon! Run! I've got health potions. Daddy. Daddy. Everything's destroyed now. What about the crosses? Are they over here? Sure enough. But the bodies are gone. Okay. Did I live? Did I die? Is this my afterlife? Is to be stuck here with Daddy? Scribbled note. O Lord our Maker, I can hear you calling. I feel your love. I know about your sacrifice. Without you I am nothing, a twig on the currents of time, a sheep without shepherd. Free me from my vices and forgive me my trespasses. Forgive too my wife and my child. Deliver me from my pains and bless us with your everlasting mercy. I'm not for sure. Wait, what's this? Gravestones.
A great philosopher once said that every change begins with a moment of lucidity. In these moments, a veil opens, one which normally shrouds all the unwelcome truths we're aware of, but which we've buried deep within ourselves where we cannot see them. And it is only these moments in which we can make a decision. The decision to either act, or to let the moment pass until the veil seals itself again and we once more are the slaves of our habits. I don't believe in revolutions. They are too simple, too fiery, and they too often end with the opposite result of what was intended. But neither am I a cynic who has lost all faith in the world. Change is possible, but it won't come as a big bang, but rather as a long path, one that will constantly confront us with obstacles. Obstacles we can either choose to overcome, or at which we choose to quietly turn around and go back to being what we were. The sacrifice of the one who will be remembered as the prophet is proof that I am right. Yes, some might see the downfall of Enderal as the triumph of the High Ones, but it wasn't. It was neither that nor a triumph for mankind. What we were granted was a moment of lucidity, the chance to start our own walk down a long, rocky path. The High Ones exist because we believe in them. We, our egos, give them their power, and the more we listen to their words, the more we hate them, the more powerful they become. Indeed, the beacon, this ancient machine of unknown origin, can destroy us. But it can also free us from the High Ones once and for all, if we use it right. Rumors that the Arizalians have started constructing a second beacon, and the knowledge that this time we are aware of its nature, give me hope that the man I loved has not died in vain, and that we continue walking.
That's so depressing. Look, I saved the world! I saved it! Now, actually the game crashed on me during the credits. So, I don't know if there's anything post-credits. I doubt it, but I'm gonna check after, after recording this and see. But next episode, I actually got myself stuck. Yeah, I got myself stuck. Okay. But anyways, I know it's about wrapping up point now. So I guess I'm going to end out the episode here. Next episode, if you guys want, we can check out the other option. Like, just say, no thanks, we're going to go to the sky and see. But just out of curiosity, I'm kind of curious as to what would happen if we went with that instead. But and then after that, we will probably be doing a bit of exploration and continue on, because now that the main story is finished, really the main things we have left, I think, is exploring, and then of course if we find side quests and stuff like that. So that's probably what we're going to be working on next episode, and maybe even make our way over to check out the in-game area. I don't know, we'll see. So I have to say that ending was excellent. It was so well done, and the whole gravestones thing was really, really cool, because like when I first woke up there, it was like, okay, that happens like about every time I get knocked out or something like that. So I was wondering, like, did I die or did I get knocked out? But the fact that there was 4 gravestones there now instead of 3 is kind of like, okay, I'm buried, I'm dead with my family. So, oh man, that was intense though. That was very, very good. And like things just kind of went crazy there towards the end. And the fact that Jespar was sitting here, that was crazy. Right here. At first I thought everybody just had the red madness, but no, it was like the cleansing, was affecting everybody, so. Oh, but hopefully Kalia can warn everybody and everything. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a blast. I mean, there's no way that you can think like Skyrim's story even came close to this. I mean, this was so well done, and just the impact and everything. And all the characters were meaningful, and when you're going through here and there's like, all the different members of Korak's army and all of our army and everything, it was just like, wow. And then like all the bodies floating up into the sky and stuff, it was just, man. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button, and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already, to stay up to date with when new videos come out. Oh man, it just leaves me like almost speechless. Like, it's just kind of like depressing, seeing everybody die like that. But anyways, I hope to see you guys next time. We've still got a little bit of exploration left to do in Enderal, and places to check out and stuff, and I've heard that they're pretty cool. So anyways, I hope to see you guys next time. Until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I will see you guys next time.